Let's take a quick look at the freestyle that started it all, the one that made the internet collectively pause and say, wait, what did he just say? Eminem. Who would have thought that the self-proclaimed rap god would come up on a list like this? Known for his gobsmacking ability to twist syllables and launch lyrical grenades in every direction, M was once the standard for off-the-top destruction. I mean, just listen to early verses like, just like I did with addiction, I'm about to kick it like a magician. Critics, I turn to crickets. But as he grew older, the lyrical wizardry that once set the world on fire went lukewarm, and in what is now one of the most meme-worthy moments in BET Hip Hop Awards history, Eminem gave us this unforgettable bar.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid...
Yeah, that happened. People were stunned. The internet lit up like it was Y2K all over again, and even M's most loyal fans were like, wait, was that it? Considering the message behind the freestyle, fans expected something sharper, harder, better. But instead, they got a line that sounded like it belonged in a second-grade poetry slam. Now sure, Eminem's freestyle wasn't entirely bad, and the intention was clear. But the execution? Oof. That's the thing, though. At least you could tell what he was trying to do. Which is more than we can say for the next entries on this list, where the bars got so bizarre, you'd swear the rappers were freestyling from another dimension. Lil Wayne. Next up, we've got the one and only Lil Wayne. Now you'd think a guy who built his entire career on slick metaphors and unforgettable punchlines would crush a freestyle session, right? Wrong. Everyone was dumbfounded, and for all the wrong reasons. After he was given the mic, Weezy asked them to turn off the beat and said,
I don't even know how to rap. They want me to spit. You ain't no other question after that? I just supposed to start spitting?
I mean, like, you alright,
Nah, I don't even want no music. I don't want no music. You gotta hear what I'm saying. All those other things is just be, you know.
Maybe we were about to witness some raw, a cappella genius. Spoiler alert, we weren't. Then came the now infamous lines.
Welcome to the Carter, little shop of horror, bloody like a period, after the aura. Doctor, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, yeah. Not Georgetown, but I'm a uptown Hoya.
Yeah, that happened. And given everything we know about Wayne, it's very possible that he was under the influence at the time, if you get what I mean. But even if you give him that pass, it still doesn't change the fact that this freestyle had folks questioning if this was the same lyrical legend that they hear on their stereos. But if you think that was a train wreck, just wait, because some of the most puzzling freestyles of all time didn't come from rap veterans, but from the newcomers trying to make their mark, and no platform has highlighted these flops more than the XXL Freshman Freestyle series, Coi Leray. When it comes to disasters during the XXL freshman rollout, nobody did it quite like Coi Leray. From the moment she was announced as part of the class, the internet had mixed feelings. Some were hyped, others not so much. And unfortunately, her freestyle didn't help her case. Her verse started off with,
I love it when he say my name, yeah. Low key, that my little sneaky link, yeah. I love when he me to the beat, ayy. He a freak, fell in love with me, let's go. Watch us all get lit, ayy. Watch us all get rich, ayy. Couple niggas with bricks, couple niggas hold sticks, ayy. But I love my butter love me.
It all started so well, right? When it was time for her to drop the bars, Coi started twerking mid-freestyle. Yup, she literally threw in the towel and hit a dance break in place of actual lyrics. And sure, she brought energy, but the whole thing felt like a TikTok gone wrong. Critics were relentless, social media roasted her into oblivion, and the meme flood unstoppable. Some said she started twerking cause she ran out of bars, while others said the beat was the only one freestyling. And what's wild is, despite how viral her flop went, not everyone learned from her mistake. Some still stepped onto that extra large platform acting like freestyle meant vibe and hope for the best. Drake now. Here's a name you probably didn't expect to see on this list. Drake, yes, Champagne Papi himself. Early in his career, Drizzy built a reputation off clever punchlines, smooth delivery, and emotional bars that somehow made you feel seen and roasted all at once. So when the Funk Flex show gave him a shot at proving his MC chops, fans were ready for magic. This was right around the So Far Gone era, arguably Drake at his hungriest. He stepped into the booth, BlackBerry in hand, which, let's be real, already had people side-eyeing him.
Yeah, young, I got you. Look, I say, young money to the young boy dying out. You hear me crying out, you see me riding out. And if your man get the stuntin', we'll buy him out. Cause we be living what these other rappers lying about. Drizzy Drake, what? Funk Flex, Hot 97, I'm so far gone. Yeah.
Alright, not bad. But as the verse progressed, the bars got sloppier, and eventually Drake just ran out of steam. You could practically see the panic set in as he fumbled to recover.
Ready? Give me something else. Yeah. Yeah. New York, I see you. Look, Oliver 40, I see you. Nico, what up? Ho! Alright. I gotta get on my gritty. You want me on my gritty? Alright. Look. New York,
And that was it. The moment went from Drake's about to body this to somebody hit pause. All the monologuing in the world couldn't save the fact that the bars were missing in action. It was like watching someone try to freestyle their way out of freestyling. So far, we've covered rap legends and rising stars all falling flat on the mic. But believe it or not, we're not done yet. Coming up next, a freestyle so confusing. Fans still argue about whether it was performance art or a complete meltdown. Iggy Azalea. Let's start with Iggy's infamous appearance on Sway in the Morning, where she was asked to drop some hot bars, but she gave us a hot mess.
Beat.
Give us a hot 16 if you can.
I cannot give you a hot 16 to this good ass beat.
You don't like that one?
No.
You know,
The
I'll
beat.
find you a beat. You want to do it a cappella?
Yeah, if you want me to tell you
Let's go
some-
a cappella. That's what
I'm about to tell you a little story
Okay, good. I like that.
about a guy I was dating.
Ooh, shit. We wouldn't know
Wanna
him,
hear
would we?
No, you wouldn't know. Of course not. You don't know
Okay.
anyone I date, boy.
Okay. Well, damn, I like this.
I'm very private.
Spoiler alert. She should have just said no and headed back home. Iggy launched into a story about some guy she was dating, delivering it in a painfully forced southern trap cadence that felt more Atlanta than Australia. The bars, confusing. The delivery, jarring. And the accent, let's just say terrible, was an understatement.
Sits in the valley. Said he trying to move on with life, but he still want to be a good daddy. So I sit in a ride cause I don't want us overlapping. She spending money on Mac, that's cute. I get checks from them in Paris. Better check my tax bracket. What you think was gonna happen? Nagging, now he's leaving, and y'all broke up like madmen. These exes excessively hating on the next bitch. She no housewife, just desperate. I know you trying to let go, but accept it, cause the whole world is watching and the paparazzi is flocking, and we fly shit when we drop in and we shut down your park.
What made it worse was how confidently she delivered those lines, as if the flow was flawless and the bars were untouchable. But the reality? Viewers were flinching behind their screens. The response was brutal. The internet roasted her. People were less focused on her lyrics and more concerned with why T.I. ever thought signing her was a good idea. The game. In the case of The Game, the problem wasn't a lack of bars, it was that he just couldn't stop recycling the same ones over and over again. Now don't get it twisted, The Game is crazily good with the pen. At his peak, you could argue he was one of the most underrated lyricists in the game, but anytime he's asked to freestyle, he drops the same bars. And the wild part? He'd act like he was making it up on the spot every single time.
Cat Philly, what up? Look, red rose, white ceiling. No body, no casket, just blood spilling. I ain't a dead president, but I love millions. They like game where you been, shit, blood.
Naturally, the internet caught on fast, and it became a full-blown meme. You'd see comments like, red rose, white ceiling. To be fair, The Game did respond to the criticism. His excuse? He didn't care. But what's truly heartbreaking isn't when a rapper gets lazy. It's when they try, really try, and it still backfires in the worst possible way. And that brings us to one of the most tragic cases of a freestyle gone painfully, awkwardly wrong. Coming up next, a verse so misunderstood it became infamous overnight. Machine Gun Kelly, MGK. Now, if you thought twerking mid-freestyle or rapping off your BlackBerry was tough to watch, wait till you see what happens when pride comes before a fall. A very high one, mind you. Back in the early days of his career, MGK hit the Breakfast Club with enough swagger to fill up a stadium. Dude walked in ready to convince Charlemagne he was the next rap messiah. And to be fair, MGK did have confidence, like a lot of it. He kept hyping himself up with tales of his Rucker Park performance, where he claimed he shut down the court, standing on top of a hoop. So naturally, Charlemagne was like, all right, let's hear some bars then.
Real biatch, Kel's biatch, taught to never snitch. In 6th grade, I wouldn't even show and tell, biatch. I'm from the city where men is made. I had a daughter, now I'm trying to father a junior like it's 11th grade. Haters look in my garage like where the whip at. Haters looking around like where my click at.
The bars weren't terrible, but let's just say they didn't exactly leave Charlemagne shaking in his Timbs. MGK was spitting like his life depended on it, but when he finished, Charlemagne looked him dead in the eyes and said, "It doesn't move me."
I don't see like how you can like listen to that and not like be like, that's...
It doesn't move me, man. Like...
Ouch. What followed was one of the most uncomfortable moments in freestyle history. MGK started pleading his case like a rapper on trial. He suggested that Charlemagne should listen to his album, but Charlemagne wasn't having it. No fake hype, no sugarcoating, just a brutally honest meh. To MGK's credit, he didn't storm off or lose his cool, but the whole thing felt like a reality check. Too bad it was on national radio, cause that's a different kind of freestyle flop. Kanye West, now let's go down to the West Side. We all remember Ye's fiery appearance on Sway in the Morning, right? The one where he famously snapped, "You ain't got the answers, Sway." That moment alone was enough to cement the interview in meme history, but what really flew under the radar was the freestyle that followed, and oh boy, it was something. Sway, trying to bring it back to music, tossed Ye a beat and asked him to spit. Kanye, clearly caught off guard, started rambling, then freestyling, kind of.
I make shit rhyme if I'm feel like, even if I don't. So I just might not, cause I don't want to. And I'm just gonna freestyle for the first time with a freestyle that don't even go together. Oh. No rhymes. That's my new shit. Nothing rhymes.
That was Ye's freestyle debut that day. He literally freestyled about not wanting to freestyle. And that begs the question, which of these freestyles was literally the most humiliating rap freestyle ever from your point of view? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next new episode.